सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्मयेधि। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened, with the Lord Narayana himself, and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, the consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving Mother, I meditate. So this is meditation session. And what is promised here? It is promised here, O Blessed Mother, destroyer of rebirth, no rebirth. So one will get enlightenment. What is no rebirth? That means no ignorance. We die every moment. But if a person studies Bhagavad Gita, then there is no rebirth. Knowledge will dawn. Only thing we should be accepting, then only. The problem is when it comes to accepting, then we fail. It's a high thinking. Our mind rejects. Our brain cannot take it. Okay. So, Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita. But when it comes to accepting that, then we fail. So this is the problem, consisting of 18 chapters. And we need entertainment everywhere. So, in my room I found a book and a church jokes. So I should tell some jokes also. then it's attractive. But anyway, I think we should continue. And though it is serious matter, but we'll try to understand as simply as possible. But we should not expect that it is entertaining. It is not entertaining. It's neither song nor dance or something like that. Okay. So we have, and now this section is very important, very, very important. Anyway, So we have um, already studied few shlokas of 13th chapter. What is Jnana Sadhanani? Jnana Sadhanani means by which we can have knowledge. Jnana Sadhanani. What are those? Amanittam, Adambhittam, Ahimsa, Kshanti, Rajabam. We have gone through in details, so I'll not repeat. Just I'll read it because that reminds. That reminds us, number one. Number two, that sets the stage for today's talk. So Jnana Sadhanani means by which we cultivate knowledge. These are to be practiced. There is somebody sent me a video how Navy SEALs are, trained. It's amazing. That all are healthy and very, very fit people go there. And 90% of them are rejected. 90%. And not only 90% rejected, 7 days he has not to sleep. And lots of physical torture. Because if he's got caught by enemy, he'll have to forbear the physical pain. So lots of pains are given. So this way we can understand how a Navy SEAL is made. But here there will be no torture. Not to, you can sleep also in the class. So, and the result is Amritatvam, eternal immortality. But still it is not, people go for Navy SEAL. But it's very difficult to to get Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Anyway, so ahimsa, amanittam. Why I said this? Because now these are the disciplines. It is more rigorous discipline than Navy SEAL. If somebody insults you, you have nothing to say. Amanittam. It is tarori va sahishnuna. It is like forbearing like a tree. Trinadapi sunichena tarori va sahishnuna. One should be like a blade of grass. Why it is so? Here it is, if I say this, people will question me, how Swami, how should not take revenge? No, you can take revenge, then what will happen? Reaction is on you. But if you can forbear, then that reaction will not disturb you. So this is a way of life. You can go on taking revenge, and that will, snowballing effect, and it will go on, and there is no end of it. Then rebirth is certain. So if you want to go beyond this birth and death, then this is the discipline. Amanittam, adambhittam. We have already done. Just let me read the meanings. Humility, unpretentiousness, non-injury, not to harm anyone. Forbearance, sahanam sarva dukkhanam apratikar purvakam, not to forbear everything and not to neither wail or curse. Rather, one has to be able to absorbed in it. And that way, it is not weakling. It is not the sign of weak. It is, like the person who forbears, is greater strength. He has greater strength than the person who cannot forbear and slaps. So this is the position of strength. Uh, and then uprightness, service to the teacher, purity, steadiness, self-control. So these are the qualities that one has to go through, cultivate them to be fit recipient of teachings of Gita, and ultimately that will lead to immortality. Then comes in the renunciation of sense objects and also absence of egoism. Because all these things, when ego is there, nothing can be accumulated there. Everything rejects an egoistic person. So renunciation of sense objects and also absence of egoism. Reflection on the evils of birth, death, old age, sickness and pain. Then these are to be cultivated again and again. Non-attachment, non-identification of self with relatives and properties, etc. So this is, it will not over, that is the point. There will be some affection, there will be some attachment, but it should not be overpowering. And even-mindedness in the occurrences of the desirable and undesirable. So things will come, and this is natural in this world, that whatever we don't desire, that will come. And whatever we desire will not come. So in such cases, samachittatvam, one should have that equanimity. Ishtanistu papattishu. Then unswerving devotion to me. Me here means God. By the yoga of non-separation. Maicha ananya yogena. See, one should be totally attached with God. And how one should be attached with God? With devotion, deep devotion. It is, God means here it is not somewhere some person is sitting. Who is sitting within us, in the heart of us. And He is very much present. And He is the most dearest. Only thing we need to see it. Vivikta desha savittam aratir jana samsadi. Therefore, the help will be to be alone. Even if in the company of other people, one should be within oneself. Vivikta desha savittam aratir jana samsadi. So, unswerving devotion to me by the yoga of non-separation, resort to sequestered places, distaste for the society of men. These are the obstructions. Therefore, one should avoid obstruction so that his attention is not diverted, and he is totally dedicated to God. Then adhyatma jnana nittatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam. This is also very important. This 13th chapter is very, very important. And here Upanishad is after this, it will come, the Upanishad. Adhyatma jnana nittatvam. That means constant application. What is adhyatma? About self, adhyatma. And that knowledge of self should be always, nitya, eternal, all the time, without break. Constant application to spiritual knowledge. Adhyatma. Adhyatma jnana nittatvam and tattva jnanartha darshanam. And one should be able to see the meaning. Meaning means indicated meaning. Whatever is tattva jnana. What is the essence of things? And he will explain that. What is that? What is the essence of things? what is the real Jing thing? That one should be attentive of all the time. Constant application to spiritual knowledge, understanding of the end of true knowledge. Tattva Gyan. Tattva Gyan means what is the substance? Brahma alone is, Brahman means here, we can, it is translated as God, but that who is the essence of everything. In his presence, everything happens. So, Tattva Jnana. Tattva Jnana means knowledge of that who exists, who alone exists. And what is the meaning of that Tattva Jnana? What is the meaning? What is the indicated meaning of it? Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam. That means he is always poised in it. Darshanam is like seeing, but in fact it is being aware of it all the time. Yas jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yadato anyatha. This is jnana. Jnana means jnana sadhana lakshanani, by which one can attain knowledge. So this is, he has concluded by this, and then comes the Upanishad portion, but after this, first he has to create, like some advertisement also should be there, so that people are attentive. So he'll promise, what is the result? Why should I work? Well, okay, you'll get a remuneration. Then people, okay, how many dollars? $100. Okay, I'll do that. $100 per hour. So God knows our mind, so he promises beforehand, so that you have no scope of asking him any question. So he says, Geyam yattat pravakshami yajñatvam yajñatva amritam ashnute. So he is promising you the heaven. Heaven means, like in his local parlance, he's promising you fortune. What is that fortune? Amritam. Amritam is immortality. Immortality. By knowing which you get immortality, I'll tell that. And the Jnana Yoga is very nice. Why? There is no need of waiting after death or after going somewhere. No. Here and now. One can experience here and now. So if someone just strives, and it is cooked and given on the platter, we have to eat. But we don't want to eat it. Even okay, let us someone feed us. That's also good. So God is feeding us, of course. Jneyam yattat pravakshami yajñatva amritam ashnute. And what is this? Anadimat param. Anadimat means it is without beginning, beginningless. What is that? Param Brahma, Supreme Brahman. But what kind of Brahman it is? Na Sat, neither it is existence nor non-existent. What Sri Ramakrishna says. No, what we can see here, whatever we say, this exists, this is existing, that is existing, everything is. Do you exist? Yeah, say, yes, I exist. So this sense of existence is very much within us. But here, God will, or God is promising to give us something which is beyond existence and also beyond non existence. So, this may be confusing to someone. Oh, up till now we have heard, oh, I'm existing, Sat and Chit, Chaitanya. Because I'm aware of it, so I'm Chaitanya. Yes, so the Vedanta teaches us in various ways. Because just in the beginning we cannot conceive everything. So we have, Vedanta has got a particular way of teaching. Whatever we can understand, even for that matter, even in schools, colleges also. From known to go to unknown. So first we have said, like in mathematics also, this we know, value of this we know, and now we have to find out value of this. So in mathematics or in any teaching, from known to unknown, whatever we do not know, we have to derive at it. So anadimat, it has no beginning, beginningless. What is beginningless? Whatever is eternal, that is beginningless. And what is that Brahma? Brahma is Aksharam, Brahma Paramam. Akshara. Akshara means who has no deterioration. So all these are very hi-fi things. What about our problem? If you are happy with problems, very good, continue. But if you are not, then only one has to explore. And nobody is happy with problems. Even we see, few problems are there. We have sense of limitation. We want to expand. We want to know more and more. Now, what happened today in the political field, what happened in economic field, we want to know. So this shows we have a nature of expansion. So here, what is being said here? It is being said about something which is unlimited. No kind of limitation. Even in time, space, and in causation, everything. It has no limitation at all. And we are not sure also, about security. So we want to have the investment and our house to be protected, and this, and insurance, and theft. For that there should be some, anti-burglary devices. So all this shows that we have insecurity, and we want to be secure. And the main thing is the insecurity or unsureness of our body. It will go any time, any day. That's why we are replenishing, the deficiencies by adding some this vitamin, this medicine, that medicine. So all these are the indication of our insufficiency, limitations. So God is promising here which is not limited, which is beyond everything. Anadi mat param, that means there is no beginning, and therefore there is no end also. Whatever has beginning will end. But something, if you are thinking which has no beginning, naturally it has no end also. Because time, what is end? In course of time, it starts, in course of time it ends. That is limiting. Limiting adjuncts. So something which has no limitation, that is to be attained. That is manly challenge. Here, America is very fond of taking challenge. So they took challenge to go to moon, and they went. Now they are trying to go to Mars, and one day, yes, they will land there. So taking challenge, going to moon is nothing, but here going to oneself is difficult. Anadi mat param brahma na sat tan tat na sad uchyate. So that is neither sat nor asat. What Sri Ramakrishna said. Sri Ramakrishna said, Shuddha Brahma, neither sat nor asat. Neither it is existence nor non-existence. Because when I say this is existing, that also a kind of limiting adjunct. So Shuddha Brahma, Shato Noy, Ashato Noy. What is then this? Shatashat Gyaner Pare. The limiting knowledge of existence and non-existence. The ultimate reality is even beyond that. That is Tat. So Sri Ramakrishna says. So, what we know, that knowledge, we subject that topic or that object to our mental modification. Say, I don't know this paper, say, suppose this. When I read this, what happens? My intellect goes and makes a mental modification. Then I say, oh, I know it. So this knowledge is limiting adjunct. But here what is being promised is not limiting. And it is not knowing an object. Like how we know? By through adjective we know. Say he is a tall person. So what we do? Tall person. That means tallness is his adjective and person is tall. So it qualifies. And then if we say golden necklace, so necklace is golden. That means what is? Necklace is not something, no object. Golden is a form. What is golden necklace? It is gold. Gold, that it is a form, so we say it's a golden necklace. But it's a gold. So this adjective shows the essence. That means what the object is. Whereas in other case, that is say tall person or say like a red rose. So it is qualifying the rose. But when we say golden necklace, then it is conveying the essence of it, the gold. So, whatever we know, how we know, and what is being conveyed, so this way we understand. So, Gyeyaha yattat pravakshami. So, when we know certain, all these are intellect works, and it limits as it were. So, this is when we know the objects of this world. But something is there which is never objectified. So, here in this section, that knowledge is being explained, which is never objectified, which is ever subjective. Okay, so we go forward. Geyam yattat pravakshami. The simple translation is, I shall describe that which has to be known, knowing which one attains to immortality. So, if you know, see, like when we know some object, that means my intellect is making a wave, mental modification surrounding that. But this knowledge is completely different. It is your real nature, the essence of our being. And if we know this, then there is no limitation that is existing. Then you are uplifted to immortality. Immortality. No death thence onward. I shall describe that which has to be known, knowing which one attains to immortality. The beginningless Supreme Brahman. It is called neither being nor non-being. Sat and Asat. Even Nasadiya Sutra, that Nasadiya Suktam, what it says? Nasadiya Suktam is a sukta, Nasadasit, na sadasit, tat idanim. That means at that time, neither Sat. When it started, nowadays what is the theory? Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory. What is that? 13 billion years ago, there was a singularity, and the gravity was enormous and everything is compressed, and all of a sudden there is a big bang, and it is expanding and expanding, enormous, with enormous speed. How they came to this theory? Because there's a red shift. They saw that red shift means like a Doppler effect. It's called Doppler effect. If you stand at the railway station and then approaching rail comes, so it as it approaches, comes closer, it becomes more intense. And when it recedes from us, then it is lighter and lighter. So that's called, roughly I'm saying, Doppler effect. So this way they saw that red is shifting. That means it is like receding from us and to all sides. And then by reversing this calculation, they calculated like about 13 billion years ago, there was a Big Bang. But what was there before that Big Bang, that singularity? What was there? Upanishad says this. What it says? At that time, neither it was asat, non-existence, nor asat, sat. No asit sat. Rajaha, bhuradi lokaha, no asit. Not other lokas. Then what was there? Who will say that? So nobody can say. So because what was covering that darkness was covering darkness. So therefore, that which is the origin of this world is like that. So it is beyond Sat, existence, and Asat, non-existence. So here, Sri Krishna will tell it in few shlokas. That which is what he is going to disclose to us. That which is non-existence and also existence. Neither existence nor non-existence. So then what is that? There are two things. One is called Maya and one is called Brahman. What Sri Ramakrishna says? Sri Ramakrishna says, Brahma Vastu Sat Asater Par. Brahman is beyond existence and non-existence. Brahma Vastu Jnana Ajnaner Par. What is Brahman? Brahman is beyond knowledge and ignorance. There is another quotation that I remember. In Maya, it is Sat and Asat, and beyond that. Sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam. We cannot say it is existing, we cannot say it is non-existing. Then what it is? It is anirvachaniya, it cannot be explained. Yeah. But we experience. It cannot be explained, but we experience. How? Say there should not be something which is called darkness. But we see darkness. There is only more light or less light, but we see darkness. So, though it is not existing, but we can see it. And something which is existing, we may not be experiencing. Say, like our real self is all the time here, but we don't experience. We all the time are troubled by various problems of this world. And Brahman, what is Brahman? Neither it is Sat nor Asat. So juxtaposite. Sri Ramakrishna juxtaposed two entities. One is called, actually not two, the same thing in different perspective. One is Maya, one is Brahman. So Maya is neither Sat nor Asat. But it is experienced every day. And what is Brahman? Neither Sat, none. Beyond Sat and Asat. That means Sat and Asat is our own experience. So, he has said that in some places, I am just forgetting that phrase. So anyway, Anadimat Param Brahma na Sat na tas asad uchyate. I shall describe that which has to be known, knowing which one attains to immortality. The beginningless Supreme Brahman. It is called neither being nor non-being. Now comes, though it is beyond Sat and Asat, but that's our essence. That is our essence of our being. We may not explain, but we experience it all the time. In and through this we experience. I am talking to you. You are listening. I am understanding. You are understanding. It is happening in and through this. Say this light. You are seeing me. I am seeing you through this light. But we are not aware of this light. So teacher brings us to that point where he can indicate in such a way that we start seeing, oh yeah, there is a light. In and through that light we see each other. And if we can know this, then we can achieve immortality. To know this, it requires those disciplines. Otherwise, what happens? It will slip from our mind. So to cultivate this, one has to practice these disciplines rigorously. Then only, all these are wordings. Let me clarify. Logic cannot take us to the reality. Logic cannot take us to reality. Say if I say something, though we are taking help of logic, but through logic we have to understand that logic is not the end, neither logic can take us to reality. Then what happens? When we put logic, then with implication and implied meaning, we realize intuitively we realize intuitively. So like this, say suppose you tasted something sweet meat. I said, how was it? Oh Swami, it was so nice, so good, so nice. So those words are nothing. But through that I can grasp a little, oh, it was really nice. So this is the limitation of our wordings, limitations of our logic. But through this, we convey our ideas. Here, God also will do that. Though it is beyond logic, though it is beyond words, but He'll try to explain to us in logic, in and through logic, and in and through words. How we are to accept it? By intuitively through implied meaning. So that is why we need insight. Insight comes when we go through the disciplines. Then only insight will come. Otherwise, it will float on the surface and then it will go away. So this from 13th to 17th, I think. This is very important, 13th to 17th. He is going to say something which is very, very important. That will reveal what we really are. So today I think we'll take up a very simple meaning and then we'll work on it. Sarvatah pani padam tat. His pani means hands and feet. Pani pada. Everywhere is his feet. Where? Can you see that? We don't see. But when God is saying, then it is there. Sarvatah pani padam tat sarvatokshi shiromukam. Everywhere is his head, everywhere is his eyes and face. Sarvatah sruti malloke sarvam avritta tishtati. And he'll take another help. That means he'll juxtapose two ideas, he'll juxtapose. By that, you are to understand intuitively. So first this one, with hands and feet everywhere, with eyes, heads and mouths everywhere, with ears everywhere in the universe that exists pervading all. Now he said, he is beyond Sat and Asat. He is beyond existence and non-existence. Now he is saying that he exists in everything. So we are to understand intuitively. Not only that, let us go forward. I mean, we'll come back. Otherwise, it is not clear. Sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam. It is shining through all our senses, but it has no senses. See, like we are shining in and through light. We are not aware of light. You know, in some classes I said, okay, can you tell me what do you see? So he made the people made all the list. Oh, these books, table, chair, etc., etc. But invariably one will miss one thing. And that is light. Even today also, when you go night and you see so many things, all of us, and then, have I seen everything? No. If you switch off light, then you will understand that you missed light. Other than that, everything is seen, but we don't see light. So through this consciousness, it is percolating. The consciousness is percolating through our senses. See, if you see a person, a dead person and a living person, what is the difference? You can see the difference. A person, living person, is living and thriving, whereas dead is now already Panchabhutas, a case of 5 elements. Though here also it's a case of 5 elements, but something effulgence is coming from within. Sarvendriya gunabhasam, sarvendriya vivarjitam. We see through our senses, we perceive through our senses. But it is not senses that is our existence. Like I gave example, golden necklace. So golden necklace means gold. But here what is happening? It is this, you are interacting with me, with the person. I am interacting with the person, not the case of 5 elements. So sarvendriya gunabhasam, sarvendriya vivarjitam. He is shining through all senses, everywhere. So everywhere it is here. See, generally we think there is no light here. Why? I am seeing you. If there is something, some obstruction in between, then I cannot see you. So we presume that there is nothing here. But when I take say some reflector, then we can see here is also light. So he is present in every being, not only every being, everywhere. And equally, he is present everywhere. Everywhere. There is no limitation for him. No limitations of space, time and causation. So, sarvendriya gunabhasam, sarvendriya vivarjitam. But he is bereft of all senses. Asaktam sarvabhritchaiva. Asaktam. Absolute. Yet sustaining all. Devoid of gunas. Yet they are experiencer. So there is no quality it can qualify. Say like when we say red rose, that means what? A particular color. And now science will tell it has particular vibration or wavelength. So red has got a particular wavelength, that is red, vibgyor, as you know. So, asaktam is unattached. Asaktam sarva bhritchaiva, though he is in all being, but he is unattached. Light or space here, though space is all pervading here, even within us, outside of us. And in space we are walking also. So we are in space, but space is not attached with us. So sarvatha panipadam tat sarvata akshishiromika. Everywhere is his eyes. Means he is perceiving, he can perceive from anywhere. It's not that God is sitting somewhere and he is watching all the time. What are you doing? What mistakes are you making? No. But he is within us. And again, this is the beauty of Vedanta. No need of asking God who is outside of this creation on seventh heaven. But here he is within us. Sarvata panipadam tat sarvatokshishiramukham sarvata shruti malloke sarvam abritta tishtati. He just, if we can live this idea, how wonderful. Then how can one hate? No one can hate. No one can cheat others. Because everywhere it is God and God alone. Inside us, outside of us, everywhere it is God and God alone. See, God, I am saying, actually God is not the concept, Brahman. God means who has created or who is preserving and who destroys. But here it is even without that. So God is when He wants to create. See, I give example of someone, an author. He wants to write a letter or say a novel. When even the plot has not come to him, he is like free. So like Brahman. And then the idea comes, oh, I should write a novel. So ideas came, and then he made various characters in his mind and interaction, various scenes, etc. And then he starts writing. So that's creator. Think of that who is not involved yet. And it is the same person again who creates, preserves, and destroys, but with qualities. This is adjuncts. But think of that which has no adjuncts, pure. Like light, it is in his presence everything is happening, but he is not involved in it, in them. So sarvatah panipadam tat sarvato akshishiramukham sarvatah shruti malloke sarvam avrita tishtati. So with hands and feet everywhere, with eyes, heads and mouths everywhere, with ears everywhere in the universe, that exists pervading all. Just imagine that He is in and through us, everywhere, outside of, inside us.
He can see without any senses.
That is what is being said. Sarvendriya gunabhasam, sarvendriya vivarjitam. You try to contemplate this. I am repeating all these things for our contemplation, meditation. Sarvendriya gunabhasam, sarvendriya vivarjitam. He is that shining by the functions of all the senses. Just let us realize, even within us also, it is not the sense organs that is shining. It is the effulgence of our being that is shining. So it is not the senses that is being animated. It is because of this everything is functioning, everything is doing its own work. So, mrittur dhavati panchameti. So that's another shloka. So anyway, sarvendriya gunabhasam, shining by the functions of all the senses, yet without the senses, absolute, yet sustaining all. You see space. In this space we are all living. And trillions and maybe quadrillions or whatnot, there is innumerable bodies are existing in this space. And He is within and without. But space is also, it's only matter. It's also expression of matter. So here it is not even matter. It is the awareness, consciousness, which cannot be indicated, the subject. And that subject is yourself. It is not somebody else. Yourself means your real self. It is not that somebody else is showing this. Your presence is animating the whole creation. So this is sarvatah panipadam tat sarvato akshishramikam sarvatah shruti malloke sarvam avrita tishtati. With hands and feet everywhere, with eyes, heads and mouths everywhere, with ears everywhere in the universe, that exists pervading all. and shining by the functions of all the senses, yet without the senses, absolute yet sustaining all, devoid of gunas, yet they are experiencer. Now these are the uh, some contrary thoughts juxtaposing each other. But what we need to experience this, we need intuitive knowledge, so that we meditate and we try to discover this. That is required. And that is why amanittam, adambittam, ahimsa, kshanti, arjavam, all these disciplines are to be practiced. To cultivate the intuitive knowledge. So I think we'll stop here today, and then it's very interesting and it will give immortality. So therefore we should not miss it. Okay. And really it is so. Just imagine if you can grow to this understanding, then immortality is at our palm. So, we'll say our prayer. Yes, Amma, anything? Oh, Sarvendriya Guna Bhasan, Sarvendriya Vivarjitam. It is, just this is point of meditation. Those who are serious, they can take this as, or for their meditation. What is this? That is already within us, and it is percolating through our senses. But it is not the senses. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Acha, just a minute. We won't have class next Sunday, because first we'll have puja, the second Sunday no class, and also this Thursday will not have class.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Where there is doubt, let me sow faith. It is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying that we are born. That we are born to eternal life. is love, and love is God. God is love, love is all. Inside the mind, a fire keeps on burning, and it's fed by pain and fear. But in your heart, there's one who's waiting for a chance to make your vision clear. God is love, and love is God. God is love, love is all. When loneliness surrounds you on all sides, and your tears begin to fall, find the strength that's hidden deep within you. Let your beloved hear the desperate call. God is love, and love is God. God is love, love is all. God is love, and love is God. God is love, love is all. Your body's knowledge